You're listening to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. My name is Blake Dennis, and I will be your Dungeon Master throughout this tale of grand adventure, grim heroism, strange allies, and gray morals. Joining us on this adventure are...
I'm Jesse Nitchkey, and I'm playing Click Boom, your specialized Kenku fighter.
I'm Thomas Teter, and I play Shados Cockburn, a swashbuckling tiefling bard.
I'm Emily Hornyak, playing A, the High Elf Protection Cleric.
I'm Sarah Holloman, and I play Ylorhana, and I'm your resident rogue.
I'm Kai from Hex and Slash on Instagram. I play a water genasi monk named Lapis Lazulli. Or do I?
And I'm Rebecca Meacham, and I will be playing your resident Goliath barbarian, Restrana, Lord Killer, Calthagarenthee, und das ist meine Golden Eagle, Lazulli, Vollblinder, Calthagarenthee.
Now, without further ado, let's dive into Eddonia. Welcome back, listeners, to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. I am your wonderful DM, Blake, ready for another exciting adventure with our delinquents here. So, last session, the gang took a little bit of a detour as Lapis found herself very entranced by a fortune teller woman who was carrying with her a very peculiar tarot deck that transported the party to a cartoonish storybook version of Colvier, where the gang had fought off against this evil wizard named Gilgamore.
Don't sue us.
While Ylorhana was just off fucking around wherever she was.
Happens.
Yeah, but as the party finds themselves back in the real world, Wealdstone, they find themselves on the streets of Wealdstone in the evening, and as they look over, they see Ylorhana leaning up against one of the food stalls eating a, if you've ever seen those cones of Bavarian nuts that are like glazed and salted and everything, she's just popping a couple of those underneath her mask and looks at every one of you that have just reapparated in the middle of the street.
So... Are we wearing our normal clothes again, or are we in Toontown clothes?
No, you're wearing your normal clothes.
So that was weird.
Oh, so many...
Where were you guys?
Oh, the street meats.
I killed a horse.
Oh, street meats. Greg! No!
Let's just say we took a little trip.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to go do it again. I'm going to bed. Now.
Shad kills Greg. A horse.
Oh, yeah.
Could that be the episode name?
Would I be able to do the dawn thing that we discussed the last time? I forget, because I was supposed to, like, meet him or something at, like... We haven't even rested yet.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Yeah,
It's still the same day it was 3 episodes ago. Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So the
For
last
the love of
time
sweet Christ.
I was supposed to meet up with him like a little later or whatever
For
to speak privately with him or something.
yeah, you can do that, definitely.
Alright.
Is there anything else that anybody wanted to accomplish before going off to the inn?
I have one thing. I would like to... I have kind of a thought, and I lean over to A, and I whisper, I've been thinking about the muzzle on my rifle, and it kind of gave me an idea. I'm going to head over to the general store, and then I'm going to visit our friend Yonric.
So you need me to come to translate?
No. If you need sleep, Go fucking sleep.
No, you need someone to translate. I'll come with you. I wanted to pick something, see if they had something at the store anyways.
That was very nondescript.
You didn't understand anything that they were
I
saying.
was just saying, we're speaking Celestial. Fuck off.
Oh, you're in Celestial. Oh.
Whenever I speak outright, it's in Celestial because
Yeah.
I don't know
He
Common.
doesn't know Common.
Gross.
So basically, you just hear us basically singing at each other.
What the fuck is that?
Just break out into song.
I think they're just, finally hitting like a psychological breaking point, maybe? I don't
Can't be normal.
No, I don't think it is normal.
Welcome to DD&D the musical.
No.
Absolutely the fuck not.
So yeah, I just kind of look at you and I'm like, fine, well, just, I need sleep soon. I'm very bloody. Very bloody.
Here, come here. And I'm going to reach over and I'm going to place my hand in the center of her forehead. And small beads of light that look like sparks fly out of my fingers. And you're going to take 5 points of healing.
Cool, I'm a little less bloody now.
Shados, Restrana, and Lapis, are you all doing anything before turning in?
I don't think so.
Is there anything that you would like to do before turning in? No? So you're just going to hang out at the end then?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll need the three of you to roll a d6 for me.
I don't like this.
Oh no.
No.
I really don't like this.
1.
Oh, God.
6.
Fuck you.
3.
Oh.
Wow, that's very mixed.
That is very big.
That's literally... Yep.
Gives us slightly above a 3 average.
Okay, so Ylorhana, Aon, and Encodius all depart for their own individual tasks at hand and agree to meet up again at the inn before the night's over. As you all make your way back to the inn, you can see that there's a small scuffle that has been brought outside of the inn. You see the door swing wide open as these two gentlemen that have each other's shirt collars in their hands are wrestling with one another and trying to beat the shit out of one another. And you can hear an argument, something about that was unfair. You cheated me. What are you talking about? I did no such thing. And you see the two of them start to wrestle each other in the dirt, landing blow after blow. You see then Beltran come out of the tavern and try to break up the fight, but one of the guys swats back at him and knocks him back about 10 feet. He gets up, brushes himself off, and looks at the three of you and goes, there was a bit of a game going, a little ride in there. I don't know why I'm using this accent. Guess Beltran's Australian now.
Too much tequila.
Beltran just looks at you and says, you're gonna have to be careful going in there. It's getting a little bit messy. I guess someone tried cheating someone out of a game of cards.
God fucking damn it. I'm just gonna walk up to the two men and just, rip them apart and be like, you fuck off and go home. You fuck off and go home.
All right. Go ahead and make 2 intimidation checks. Are
you a
either
D20?
Shados or Lapis assisting?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Shados, are you assisting on this?
Sure.
All right. So, what are the two of you doing to help in this intimidation?
Just looking menacing.
I'm going to...
I got an 11 and a 16.
Okay. Well,
Trying to think
you-
how it would help.
yeah, you don't have to cast a spell if you don't want to. It's just more so are you assisting in dragging the bodies off of one another? Are you giving a look?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand it in between.
Okay, so roll advantage on those rolls again. So just roll the d20s again.
Wow.
It's worse now.
Okay.
It's a 1 and a fucking 7.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so as Lapis gets in there to try to
Whoa, buddy. Whoa, calm down.
try to pry the guys
You're not
off
even
of
that
one
good
another.
looking anyway.
You see the one guy that had shouted about being cheated out of his money looks up at you and goes, "Stay out of this. This isn't your business."
All right, I'm gonna take Grovekeeper and swing right at his face.
What the hell?
All right, roll an attack roll.
No one talks to me like that.
I'm gonna... What the fuck am I gonna do?
I'm not even a crow, and we're still being murder hobos.
It's not me! It's not me!
I will not take the sass tonight, motherfucker. Alright, so that was a dog shit roll.
I'm in between her and the guy, right?
Like off to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant like in between. Like one guy and her. Like I didn't mean in the middle of it with her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're there.
Okay. Could I get a reaction?
If the one man does something, then yeah.
No, to her.
To her?
Yeah, because I'm in between them, so she would be swinging at me.
I'd be swinging over you, technically.
No, you're beside her. You've gone to pull the guy off, and now he's, like, puffing his chest out and getting up in her face. So, what did you get to hit?
The 14.
14.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wearing any armor. So,
Yeah.
You manage to cleave him right upside the head, and he falls down like a sack of potatoes. The other guy looks at you horrified and goes, I'm getting out of here, and just books it out.
Yeah,
of the,
run, bitch!
Now you've got a guy bleeding out on the street in front of you. I
flip him off and walk in the tavern.
Yeah,
I didn't mean literally murder.
Oh my.
He's bloodied, he's not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead.
It
You can
wasn't a
see
one-hit
you see
crit.
him still breathing. It's like taking a very big blow to the head and falling unconscious.
He's just scarred for life.
The way you said he's bleeding out, I was like, oh god.
Wait, which one did she hit?
The one who got in my shit.
But the thief or the cheater or the...
We don't know. That's the thing is, it's
The,
just two
the
dudes
tavern
fighting.
is a brawl right
Yeah.
now. These two dudes are the only two that made it out of the brawl, plus Beltran. So now we have to go into the tavern and figure out why the fuck everyone's brawling. And I just
Beltran kind of told you.
I mean, yes, but like, who started this? Like, whose fault is it? I think it's Beltran's. I feel like it's Beltran's fault.
Wow. Why you gotta throw my man under that bus?
You see Beltran sort of just stick his hands in his pockets and whistle as he's walking away from the scene.
That is
Oh yeah,
highly
that motherfucker's
suspicious.
guilty.
Beltran kind of sus.
Beltran, what did you do?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna walk in the tavern.
As soon as you open the door to the tavern, a stool is flung towards your head. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Mother freaking fucker. Why? Alright. Wait, fuck. My dex modifier. Come back.
It's a dex saving throw.
Oh, my bad. So that's an 18.
18. Okay, so you nimbly duck out of the way and you see the stool shatter behind you as the two of you then proceed walking in. You can see this, for lack of a better term, a ballroom blitz happening in the Crooked Trout, and you can see Avery and Corin are trying to round up patrons as best as they can, but they keep getting shoved aside or thrown aside. You can see Corin throwing his side blades at people, trying to pin them to walls, but it's not doing any good. But you can just see the whole tavern has erupted into a scene of chaos.
How many are there?
There are about 20 people there.
I'm gonna
locked in a fight.
Do some dope shit, and I'm just gonna fucking run in and jump on a dude and start joining a fight.
I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
So
Yes!
I need
A lot of
Lapis
sleep.
to make an acrobatics check, and then go ahead and roll
I have
your
advantage.
your sleep.
Level 3 sleep. by the way.
Level 3.
Yeah, level 3.
19.
So this is like everyone in the area of the tavern, right?
Can I just, like, run over to Avery and just throw her behind the bar out of harm's way?
Yeah, so you go ahead and you run in there, and you go ahead and grab her, and she looks around very confused, like, put me down! Oh, it's you!
Hey there, yeah, so you looked like you were about to be in the bad way, so get behind the bar.
Can you help us? We don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, absolutely, I got this.
I got this.
I'm just gonna, I guess, look at, like, a group of a couple people, and...
I rolled 46.
46?
Damn.
Everyone's asleep.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
They're commoners. They generally have like 8 to 12 hit points.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see everyone except for maybe 4 people fall dead asleep in the tavern. Lapis, you had jumped onto
he fell asleep.
One guy,
Oh, no.
and you're starting to wail on the guy that you're on top
Wailing on
of,
him as he's just...
and then all of a sudden you feel the weight collapse underneath him, and you just sort of just strong sit on him as he collapses to the floor. And
I'm gonna take his
see,
money.
You see the remaining 4 just standing there in a state of confusion as to what happened.
And then I'm gonna sweep in with Grovekeeper and use Thorn Whip and just grab the shit out of him.
Why? They're not doing anything anymore.
I'll say that's easy enough to do that.
No, I beat him while he was awake, and then
I'll say
I
that's
kept
easy
beating
enough
him
to
as
do
he
that
was
since they're sort of caught in a surprise, and you wrangle them all up in a thorn-like lasso, and they sit down on the ground. Actually, no, all 4 weren't grouped. So I'll say you grabbed like 2 of them.
Okay.
And then the other 2 just bolted out the door, or making their way to the door. And they're sort of sitting there, unsure of what's going on, and they look up at you, and you see one of them is a half elf woman with dirty blonde hair. One of her eyes is completely grayed out, either by cataract or being half blind. You're unsure. And the other one is a younger looking boy, fiery red hair and pale skin, freckles all over the face. And the guy looks up at you and says, "Well, thanks for solving that. That got a little bit out of hand."
Yeah, so, like, you want to explain how this all went down?
Well, I didn't see it personally, but I overheard some shouting coming from some guy that claimed to be cheated out of a halfling sum of cards. But all I knew was one moment I was grabbing a couple shots of that famous tequila around here, and then I had a chair thrown in my face.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Okay. Well, that's fair. And, you, ma'am, what do you remember about this?
She sits there for a moment and thinks, and looks back up at the 3 of you, and she says, "Well, I just remember that it just all happened in a blur. Like, I wasn't paying too much attention. I saw the fighting happened, and I like to join in on a fight, so I figured I'd help escalate it. And Whalestone is a tad bit boring this time of year, but I figured I'd bring back some fighting spirit by involving myself in this. But all we heard was people arguing about getting cheated out of the game."
Alright, that...
Fight for fight's sake.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I think we can get behind that. So, alright, well...
What are you going to do with all these people? And she, like, motions with her head to everyone that's sleeping on the floor.
They will be paying for the damages done to this place, and I'm gonna start taking money out of everybody's pockets.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
5.
You managed to plunder 125 gold pieces total.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, you bitches. And I'm gonna hand the money to my dad.
Corin looks at you, and you see him. He's got like a black eye starting to swell up and a fat lip. And he looks at you and goes, "Oh, thank you, sweet daughter of mine. That's, I guess I taught you well." And he like rustles your head.
I'll start throwing him off the porch in a minute, and I'm just gonna start drinking.
Anyone got some rope?
I think we might have some in the back. Don't we, Avery? Well, I mean, we also have the rope that's up in our bedroom. If that's no, not that kind of rope.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. And then he runs into the kitchen, and you can see him rooting around in a closet as he pulls out about 100 feet of rope and gives it to you and says, I assume you're going to tie them all up, but
By their nicks. Just kidding.
Oh. He genuinely does not know how to respond to that. And just drops the rope where he is and just runs off.
Bye, Dad.
As you're all tying up the patrons in the inn, Ylorhana, you find yourself at the Defiant God.
The Defiant God, yes.
The Defiant Wand and Elixir Emporium.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Why would you do that to
You
yourself?
thief.
Because it's fun.
Why would you name that and then struggle
fun.
all
Isn't
the
it Wand
time?
and Wares?
Yes, it's the Defiant Wand and Wares. The Defiant Elixir Wand and Wares Emporium. That's what it is.
We're doing great, guys.
Why?
Thriving.
Fucking hell.
As you're walking, Ylorhana, go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 4.
4. So as you're making your way, you can see now that it's getting into that golden hour of the evening. Like sun rays are starting to streak across the cobblestone streets, and you can see now that the nightlife of the festival is starting to pick up. You can see some fire spinners, some fireworks going off in the streets, some children playing with loud, obnoxious toys, and you finally find yourself at Don's shop. And you go up to the door, and you can see that there's no light inside, except for like a few candles that are lit up. You go ahead, make your way inside, and you can hear the familiar mechanical whirring of his spider-like legs as he's walking around the shop, presumably taking inventory, but he could also just be in one of his moods.
Right.
And without turning around, goes, I see you've found your way back. What can I help you with?
Well, you did tell me to come here on sundown, so I thought I'd be a little early.
Well, it's like they always say, the early beheer catches the worm.
Mm-hmm. So do you have like a secret passageway or something that this place got? Like underground, like, so we could talk more?
Follow me. And he descends, and as he descends, he unfastens himself from the spider leg apparatus, and you hear this. You hear this puckering and popping sound as he sits up off of it and goes, No, that's better.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Follow me.
Alright.
And he leads you to the back to this very cramped broom closet. Now, keep in mind, he's a gnome, so he comes up to maybe your shin. And he opens the broom closet door to you and motions for you to go inside.
I'm gonna turn into a gnome so it's not so cramped for me.
Smart. Now, make your way inside.
Okay.
So, as the two of you get cramped in there, it's cramped even for two gnomes.
Yeah.
Like, it's that tiny.
Okay.
And you hear him do this series of rattles. And as that echoes in the surrounding area of the broom closet, you feel this surge of energy that sort of, when you go in an elevator too fast and your stomach drops as soon as you reach your floor, it feels like that. And he opens the door again, and you can see there's this narrow passageway that leads about 50 feet down and curves off to the left with torch sconces that light up the walls. And he goes, I figured this would be a safer place to talk about what we needed.
Gotcha. So I noticed that your little, the butt thing, does that, is that why you drool and stuff?
Oh, yeah, it's,
You like it a lot.
I do. Okay. I really do. And I think it might show it in, by the gods.
Yeah, you got a little dried stuff
Thank you.
on
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
It gets disgusting. I figured I'd let my true self be known to you. Just don't tell the others, all right?
I got it.
I've got a reputation to uphold, and plus it keeps them out of my own business with the house. So.
Well, since we're showing our true selves, I might as well just take my mask off, clip it, and just changeling.
Yeah, I've met a couple of your kind before. It's always sad stories where they come from, and I'm sure you got a similar one to tell. But regardless, that's not why you're here.
Right.
So, come to find out that I've got this message that I need delivered to Adele. And I did some workings with him in the House of Mendicants before. I was just in charge of making elixirs and potions and tinctures and oils and all that kind of grand nonsense. Until he started getting a cheaper supply from an ill-reputable source. And I just wish for him to stop that and conduct business with me again. Now, the issue is we had a bit of a disagreement.
Oh.
So, you know how the house accepts people, right? How they bring people into their fold to join their ranks. He was looking to extend that to include the family. Try to join forces, try to create a bigger force. He says he has ties with some people that the Magisterium looks down upon, if you catch my drift.
Right.
He wanted to lead a counterinsurgence against the Magisterium. And I thought that was a terrible idea. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely a bloody one.
I mean, at what cost?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
All these lives lost over some political matter. I get it. These people want to be able to feel magic in their bones and be able to alter the very world around them. But they also have to understand that this magic is for those of strong will and capability. Not just anybody can go around casting these spells and doing magic.
So, I'm not 100% on, me and Adele, we have this relationship where he basically tells me what to do and I do it. I don't really have a personal relationship with him much. But does he have something against the Magisterium?
He said something about his brother being in the Arcane Guard and never coming back from a mission, and ever since then it's been, we gotta take down the Magisterium one way or the other, and what better to do it than with a criminal organization pairing up and trying to seep their tendrils into a Magisterium-sanctioned guild.
Side note, Adele sent me to Weldstone, right? Or are we still on that, or are we not? Because I wasn't sure.
No, he didn't send you to Weldstone.
Alright. Okay.
At this point, you just have downtime until your next contract.
Okay.
Now, all I need for you to do is convince him and show him that doing this is a terrible idea. He's still trying to go after the Magisterium, but he does not have the numbers, nor does he have the right connections within the family. It's a pipe dream. Just let things as they are and live with it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, let's say he does overthrow them, right? What is he gonna do with power like that?
He says he wants to abolish all the centers of learning and make the means to gain magic easily accessible to others. But could you imagine all the chaos that could ensue with that, without it being checked, without safeguards in place, without the Arcane Guard to make sure that these people aren't using magic to ill-gotten gains? I mean, I just make enchanted items, and I fool people into thinking that I'm this crazy old man. I'm old, but I'm not crazy. I still got it.
Mm-hmm.
All these other people that want this magic, they make these pacts for their own selfish purposes, and they don't even realize what they're getting into. Yeah. Could you imagine if they had access to literally any sort of magic?
Yeah. I mean, I could try. We don't have much of a relationship, but I could definitely truly try.
If anything, if he'll know that it's serious if you told him it was coming from me.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much he'll be willing to listen, and I don't even know how that'll paint you.
Yeah. Will he totally just throw me out?
That's his decision. That's not up to me. I haven't been part of the house for about 50 years.
Yeah. So did you find out that, like, recently he's getting close, or?
He's made some strides. He's definitely gotten in the ears of a couple of lieutenants in the family who also sympathize with his ideals, but...
Do you know if Phoenix was against his ideals?
Well, rumors say of the Phoenix House having dealt with dark, dastardly powers in the past, which is how they were able to get their magic, but they hide behind their coin and wealth to protect them into making the others think that they had obtained their magic through hard learning and hard work. But those who truly know them and have truly dug into their secrets, such as myself and some of the other senior members of the House of Mendicants, they know the truth. We're just waiting for the right time they're just waiting for the right time to bring it out to the light.
Or kill within the family.
That could be another. Now, I don't know if you have anything outstanding with the House of Mendicants. But if you do come across any other of your ilk, I'm asking you to do something very crazy here. And I understand if you won't trust me after this, but I have... And he reaches into his bag and he pulls out these various clear blue stones. And hands the bag to you and says, these contain a very specific sort of enchantment magic that will subdue any threat for a time. It's not permanent. Mm-hmm. But let's say long enough to send someone to the House of Mendicants to forfeit whatever contract they had been on. Anything that might have furthered Audel's gains.
Oh.
If you manage to slip this on anyone's person, they'll be able to listen to the encoded message inside and have to follow it. But only until the action is done. And I have it set up to a point where they'll be delivered to a specific location where I can reveal to them the truth of what Audel is doing. Because now the contracts aren't coming from individuals who want someone offed or a ledger forged. He's masquerading the orders that are being sent in. He's behind them now.
Interesting.
Have you been contacted by him recently?
No.
It's unfortunate.
Well, something happened to me and my partner, and I basically told him I needed time.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
We were on a mission, and I was getting out. We got ambushed. Somehow someone found out about us, and for some reason they took him, tortured him in front of me. They left me alive and dragged his dead body away. I mean, he looked dead, but I wasn't 100% sure. I couldn't tell.
Have you tried finding him?
I've been looking, but nothing.
Nothing. What was his name?
Liam.
Well, if I come across anybody by that name, I'll be sure to let you know. No promises, because... What? Who were you on? What was the mission about? Who got him?
See, I don't know. That's the thing. I couldn't really tell. There was a lot of... It was in the dark. I just killed someone. Normally with missions, I'm told what they look like, not really who. I don't really remember those things for various reasons, you know. If I get caught, I don't really know, you know. So I don't remember, but the people who attacked, they don't look familiar to me. They were very... It just seemed like they had a vendetta against me, and I don't know why.
I know something about changelings is that their original bodies are stolen from birth, so by fae or aberrations or fiends or whomever want them. You think it might have been whoever stole you away in the first place?
Could have been.
I mean, that's far-fetched, but can't rule it out.
I guess, but I would certainly. I've been having these dreams too that keep popping up, and it could be them fucking with me.
I overheard that a lot of you are headed over to Briar's Retreat, right?
Yeah.
In the basement of the chapel that's in Briar's Retreat, dedicated to Syre, there's a small library based on a couple adventuring journals of clerics and paladins of Syre that have dealt with various creatures. I think that could be your first place to look.
What would I look for? Pixies?
Anything involving your past. It's a small library, but what they have there is very, very specific. Syre is the protector against a lot of fiendish kinds.
You really think they would follow me and then hurt someone like that? And then keep me alive?
Maybe they have a plan for you. Maybe they just didn't want you yet.
Seems like there's a lot of people who have plans for me.
Let's say Liam is alive.
Right.
Hypothetically. Mm-hmm. Is there anything about him that could prove useful to another person or group?
He was a woodworker. He made masks. He made my mask. Maybe that was it?
That seems too simple, though.
He knew how to steal things. He wasn't one for the killing. I was. That was my job.
It's a lot to think about right now. But, like I said, first bet is to check out that chapel in Briar's Retreat for some information on it. You can check my shop to see if I have anything. I don't think I've got anything that could be of any use.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try that library. That sounds interesting. It's a first kind of point in some kind of direction that someone's giving me, so I might as well take it.
And you take your wins where you can.
Exactly.
Now, here, let me give you these. They're called suggestion stones, and hands them to you. Like I said, they're pre-programmed with a message to invade someone's thoughts to bring them to a predetermined location. It's outside of this flower shop in Varane. I'm sure you're familiar with the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look for the greenhouse in the back, and you should see. As you bring them there, them subdued. But is there anything else that I can assist you with? Anything?
I mean, for right now, I think you've done great. You've helped me a lot more than anyone, really. There is one person I need to talk to.
Who would that be?
Someone I consider a friend.
Well, best not to keep him waiting.
Yeah, she's been through a lot. She looks kind of rough lately, actually.
Well, I want to tell you this.
Yeah.
This pathway here, and he stretches his arm down the corridor. This is one of the many underground networks that lead you to the House of Mendicants. So, use it at your own discretion.
Okay.
Just whoever you plan on bringing in with, just know that although 2 of us gnome-sized people can make it in, usually it can only fit 1 normal-sized person at a time.
Right. Okay.
So if you're looking for a quick getaway, this is probably not the best option for your party, but if you need at least a route to... If this is your last resort, then by all means, you're free to use it.
Thank you.
With that, he leads you back into the elevator-like device, repeats the same knocks, and you all, the 2 of you, head back up into the shop. While this is happening, Click and Aowen, I need you both to roll a d6 for me.
Oh no. Can we just have a rule that I don't roll for anything?
You roll for everything now. Was it 20?
It was a d6.
Yeah, so you got a 6?
Yeah.
It's a 20.
It's a d20.
Don't tell me you rolled a 1.
No, I got a 6.
Nice.
Wow. Way to
The
go,
2
guys.
worst luck for something about going to
Quick,
the
somebody roll
store.
a
We got 2
triple
6s.
six.
Yay.
Okay.
3.
Okay, so you're just looking to get general wares?
I want to go in with the
we had a pleasant
intent
day
of
at the shop. It was nice.
finding a spyglass.
And I'm going in looking for platinum rings.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Drugs. Just Ylorhana. Drugs.
Methamphetamines.
The fun go-go stuff.
I cannot sit in a chair normal. Ever in my life.
Okay, so
Stop being a bisexual.
the 2
I
of
was
you...
gonna say, I don't think any of us are sitting like normal people.
I am.
I was
I'm
purely
so
for the fact of I was
straight,
leaning
guys.
forward to listen to this.
The 2 of you go ahead and find yourself at the general goods store. You need to pull up the map again. Just give me 1 second. But as you go into the store, you can see that there are various bits and baubles around. And you said you're looking for a spyglass?
Correct.
Okay, so and you said you're looking for a platinum ring.
2 platinum rings if there are any.
Okay. So there are 4 spyglasses in the inventory and 6 platinum rings.
Okay.
Spyglass, are they like... How much are they actually?
Yeah, and how much are the platinum rings?
Platinum rings are like 75, I think.
Well, I just need them to cost 50.
I might be mistaken. That's probably...
So a spyglass market price for like a brand new one is 1,000 gold pieces. But you do see a couple dingy secondhand ones that run about 250, 300, as you can see on the price tag. And then the platinum rings, you see that they are priced at 200 each.
Platinum, it's only gonna be 50.
Surprise Pikachu face.
Literally.
I look over at Codius and go, how much do you have?
Right now I have about 165.
Okay, because I have about 350.
Put that together, we can get 500. It's enough for about 1 ring and 1 spyglass.
We can see if we can strike a deal for an extra ring if we're buying a spyglass and a ring.
It's possible.
But it would pretty much clear us out.
Maybe I should go talk to Ylorhana. The idea was for my rifle. It was a concept that I had. But maybe I should go talk to Ylorhana and see if he has something that we can jerry rig up or something like that.
Okay. I mean, it's still a little steep for both rings at 400 for both of them. Maybe we should just wait and get them when we're in a little bit more of a populated area.
I feel like the market would probably go up for that then.
For a simple platinum ring.
If there's more people, there's more likelihood that someone would buy something. So our marketplaces strike up prices a lot.
Yes, but we're also in the boonies.
That's valid. Alright, if you want to get the rings, what do you want the rings for?
With my new abilities, I have a new spell that I have recently come upon. That for an hour, we would be bonded. Of which, our ACs will go by 1. So we're harder to hit, and we'll have resistance to pretty much every single type of damage for 1 hour, until it either expires or one of us hits 0. And we go unconscious. And since you and I seem to be the ones that keep freaking dying, but it would allow us both to have a little bit more resistance to things, considering everything. But, like I said, it's a fairly high spell that I just learned, and it would take a lot. We would need the rings, at least.
DM. I have a question.
Okay.
With my proficiency with both Tinker's tools and Smith's tools, would I be able to forge rings?
I would say so. I would say it would take a couple hours to do, but you could do it if you found the raw materials for it.
Is there any scrap platinum here for sale, like ingots or anything like the sort?
Yeah. So you do come across 3 sheets of platinum, and they're priced at 25 gold each.
Be almost enough, at least for one ring. And then we could see if Ian has another possibly in the shop.
I'm down for the idea of trying to make them.
Okay.
We'll get the scrap, 75's worth, and then maybe if we go to the blacksmith, who I'd have to use their forge, because I don't really have one of my own.
By the way,
maybe I can.
I do have Smith's tools.
So you could probably.
I could probably help you out, yeah. Which you would know because I hobbled that bitch that one time.
That's true.
Using my Smith's tools.
You did.
So
we would know that.
Yes.
Well,
maybe Ylorhana can do it.
Well, we'll at least get the basic stuff, and then maybe, Ress or you could do it together.
I'm alright with it. We are going to buy all 3 sheets, and then going to head over to the smithy quickly to see if we can find a 3rd, or find a 4th rather. And
the platinum sheets were 25 gold each.
Yes.
And there are 3.
Yes.
So 75 gold in total.
And I'm trying to find a 4th.
Okay.
Bring it up to 100.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to talk to the blacksmith about possibly borrowing their forge.
Okay. Yeah. So,
I will pay for the platinum sheets.
Yep. So go ahead and take 75 gold out. And you're all making your way to Yanrick's shop.
Is he both the smithy and?
No. So he is. He owns the clank tank, and then Lazarus's Gaze, which is the shop that you're at now, actually doubles as a smithy.
Okay.
So it's a general goods store, and then there's a smith forge outside.
Okay. Is there a blacksmith that we can see?
Yes. So as you go and make your way outside, you can see that there is a brass dragonborn wearing a very dirty cloth shirt and leather apron, thick leather gloves, as he appears to be quelching a greatsword. And you see him wipe the sweat off of his brow, the glow of the forge reflecting off of his brass metallic scales in the nighttime. It's almost like a very haunting, moving experience watching this happen. But he goes and he puts the greatsword down and turns around to the two of you, takes off his leather gloves, and says,
"Aye, what can I help you with?"
We were wondering if we may borrow your facilities to make some rings, if possible.
Why not just give the materials to me?
Well, currently we don't have enough.
What are you trying to make?
2 platinum rings, each 50 gold worth of platinum.
Let me check around here.
and you see him like look through his raw materials, and he does come across another platinum sheet. And he looks at you and says,
"How long are you planning on needing my forge for?"
DM, how long would it take to forge 2 rings?
That's a good question.
Because it may be cheaper just to rent him to make it versus us renting the whole facility.
Tell you what, let's take a 15-minute break while I look this information up.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and continue with the session.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So we will be right back after this message from our sponsors and friends and loved ones. See you in a bit. Greetings, friends. Ianric the Gunsmith here. Before I was fashioning firearms for adventurers all across Eddonia, I was slinging gunfire to every baddie I came across and keeping the provinces safe. However, there always seems to be new and exciting monsters coming out the woodwork, such as the new Pathfinder Battle Miniatures Darklands Rising set. The Darklands are inhabited by vile and dangerous creatures from the deepest reaches of Golarion, and this set of miniatures allows you to control them all. This set is comprised of an all-new booster size, the Huge Booster, which reintroduces huge-sized creatures to the Pathfinder Battles cases. A case of this set contains 4 bricks, and each brick contains 32 figures, a whopping 128 figures per case. You can grab a pre-order of this as well as the new Menkare Great Worm on January 11th, with orders rolling out on the 25th. Be sure to grab yours at theportalcomicsandgaming.com before wiry Don Lenark scoops them in his grubby little hands. Okay, so we're back from our obviously longer than 15-minute break. Not obvious to you, because the perception of time is lost to you all in this recording format. We're all caffeinated up, and we're ready to get back into it. So I looked up how much time it would take to forge a ring, but I couldn't find any definite answers. So I'm going to assume, based off of, and if anyone who's listening to this wants to message us in some format, I don't know how, smoke signal, carrier pigeon,
Instagram.
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah, social media.
I was gonna say YouTube too.
Yeah,
or leave a comment on the video.
I'm going to say it'll take about 6 hours to forge the rings.
Yeah, because you can forge a blade easily in a day.
Yeah,
for like a basic format.
So I'll say, given they're not going to be fancy rings, right? Are they just going to be platinum bands?
Just platinum bands.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll say 6 hours for the 3 of them. Just the process
for
of
the 3.
2.
Two.
Each of them just has to be 50. That's why we were
Yeah.
looking for the number.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, for the two of them, it'll only take 6 hours to do. Just with the process of cutting the platinum, reforging it into the shape that you want, etc., etc. And you said you wanted to go to Ianric's shop. You wanted to go to the Clank Tank.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so you're looking for a scope or a spyglass of some kind.
Yeah, if he has like a specialized scope that has like rings that I can attach it rather than trying to fit something myself, that'd be ideal. It's an idea I had in the back of my head, so I kind of am thankful that I have A2 Translate, because it's kind of weird to vocalize these things using pre-recorded messages.
Yep. That's why I was like, frick it, I won't sleep.
It's only, like 9 o'clock?
Okay. I have been transformed into a different race. I had my mother come down and bless all of us. And now then we were pulled into Toontown for an hour. And now you're darting me around town.
Oh, and then I kicked the shit out of you.
Yes!
So, the Clank Tank has a various array of different scopes to attach onto firearms. There is a 2-time, 4-time, and 8-time scope, as well as a suppressor. There are multiple of each up for sale. So any of the magnified scopes will count towards the prerequisite for what you want to do with your prototype.
Okay.
They'll also have an additional ability of being able to fire at a longer range, as well as being able to hit precisely.
Okay.
So for a 2-time scope, normally your distance for the rifle is, well, I pull it up here.
I think it's 100, 300. I think. Give me 1 second. I have it right here. 8240 actually.
I would also like to point out that he has no idea when we show up who we are.
That's true.
Yeah, so at this point, Ianric just looks at the two of you as, like, new customers that come in, and greets you with a friendly smile. So for a 2-time scope, the normal range increases by 1.5, and the long range increases by 1. Not like you multiply it by 1. So like an increase of 100%, or are you saying the long range doesn't increase at all? The long range increases by 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So normal range increases by 150% for a 2-time scope, and then 100% for long range.
Okay.
And then with the 8-time scope, the normal range increases by 300%, and the long range increases by 200%.
Okay. What are the price brackets on them?
2 times is 150, 4 times is 275, and 8 times is 500.
It's up to you. What you like? We can.
That just gives you the extra benefit of increasing your range, along with adding the scope to your prototype, and having those benefits. If you just look for materials to make a scope here, that'll be another 3 hours of work. From the materials gathered around here, it'll only cost you about 50 gold to do, but you wouldn't get any of the benefits of the 2, 4, or 8.
Well, the one for 275 looks promising, but the one for 500 seems like it's a bit too much, even though it would definitely be helpful. Usually we don't get into any scuffles at that type of range.
Very true.
Although, maybe if Ianric knew who we were, we might be able to talk something.
Yeah, I turned to Yeah, I turn to him and I'm like, so this guy seems strange, but you've met us before.
Yanrick looks very confused and...
We were in here with our friends earlier. Let's just say it's been a very long day. I'm A. And that's Click.
I walk up to him, and in Yanrick's voice, he hears, I get a little bit reckless sometimes. And I hold up I reach into my armor and I hold up the patch of the family. It's still singed from the beer.
By the exalted ones, what have the two of you gotten yourselves into?
Well, I'm currently cursed.
I can see that.
He died and I brought him back, but he didn't come back as before.
I can see that, too. My eyes work. Not all of me works, but my eyes most certainly do.
So, yeah, It's been a day. Since we are such good friends and he was working underneath you, that you could probably cut us a little bit of a deal, since it's been an obviously very shitty last 24 hours.
Go ahead, roll a persuasion check.
I would assist, but he doesn't understand me, so...
You could look plaintive.
You can look sad.
I look sad, but in the shape of just pure gleaming titanium with amber eyes, it's just completely unable to be translated.
So, just a question. You're able to recover what Click had, like, speech-wise?
Yes. So mentally, I'm, like, the same.
Okay.
But physically and physiologically...
Okay, so
shifted
you still have the words that you digested while you were Click, and everything like that, but you can't speak Common.
Correct.
He has not learned it yet.
Right. Okay. All right. So I mean, like, you could technically have conversations. Ish.
I can have them with the words that I know, but I don't think I've ever had conversations about the idea of putting a scope on top of a rifle before.
25.
25. He looks at the two of you and goes, by the nine hells, you two certainly been through a lot. Sure, I can knock off about 40%.
That'll do.
How much?
Was the middle range? It was the middle range.
The middle was 275 before anything else, but I'm kind of curious.
That will be my one good roll for the night. That was a 19.
Nice. Yep, that's it. No more.
No more.
You're done.
You don't get anything else.
Nothing else.
Nat ones. Here we go.
Because the top range would then be only 300.
That's up to you.
I have 165 because you put out for the
and I
platinum.
sold 279, so it's not unreasonable for us if we split it halfway.
All right.
You gonna go for the big boy?
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Okay.
All right, so he goes ahead, reaches in a series of drawers that are to his back, and he pulls out this box, and in it is a tarnished brass 8-time scope, and hands it off to you and says, I entrust you know how to put this on.
I'm going to look at it for a second and just... Does it come with the rings?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I'm going to look at it for a second, study it, and kind of look back at the rail on the Rifle of the Fallen Raven and just kind of take a moment to gauge it and make sure, and then nod. And
okay.
So how much gold was that?
300.
300
So,
split halfway is 150.
150. I'm down to 15 gold.
Nice.
I mean, it's worth it. It's certainly worth it. But oof.
Okay. Anything else the two of you wanted to accomplish shopping-wise before we move on?
We left the rings, right? To get made.
Well, we're gonna make the rings.
Oh yeah, you never told us how
We
much.
talked about
takes 6 hours to make the.
Yeah.
So do we just want to pay them to make them so we can go rest?
It depends on how much we need to pay them to make them.
Okay, we go back to the smithy and ask them how much it would cost to make them, because I'm bonkers ass tired.
Well, I could take you back to the tavern and possibly try and find my other friend who knows how to work a forge.
Okay, that works.
We gonna go late night smithing?
Fuck yeah, I'm down to late night Smith.
That's the gayest thing that's ever happened.
Okay. So, just letting you know then, you're spending, I'll say you're spending 6 of the 8 hours of the long rest doing this if you're working through the night, which means you'll take a level of exhaustion in the morning.
That's why I'm saying we should just pay someone to do it.
Well, let's see how much they want for it.
Or just do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
well,
we can.
tomorrow is the rest of the festival where you're going to be fighting.
But that's
You're
not
gonna
until
be
the
fighting,
evening.
and then I have to go find my boyfriend in the woods.
Yeah.
We're fighting.
We're both fighting. Yeah.
But the fights are in the evening, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So if we wake up at a normal time, we could possibly do the thing.
Okay. I'm down with that.
What time is the sword duel? Because we got to be there to rep our boy Shados.
The sword duel is on the 8th. You're currently on the evening of the 6th.
Okay. So
Yeah,
we got
still
time.
have 2 more days of festival.
Okay. All right.
The
So
festival? The festival? The King's Festival?
So I vote probably just like go sleep and then just deal with it in the morning.
Do it in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you wake up at dawn, which would be like the 7th hour, you'd be done by
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna when we go back to the tavern, I'm going to walk up to Ress, and I'm just going to hold up a flagon and just point to her and just hold up Smith's tools and then just mime handing her the flag.
And I literally walk by and go, "Can you help him make some rings for us, please?"
I mean,
tomorrow, obviously, but
sure. You guys just not gonna ask about all the fucking knocked out people?
with
or?
you 3 around, I've learned to just stop asking questions.
Yeah, as the 2 of you walked in, they've already rounded up all these people and tied them with the rope.
I'd started throwing them off the porch in the front, so you would have seen me throwing
Yeah, you would have
people off the
seen
deck,
piles of people hog-tied in front of the tavern.
There's some guy probably like dead in front of the tavern too.
No.
He was just knocked out.
There's just a small puddle of blood.
My good
As I
Christian.
walk past, no, I don't have any spell slots left. I lied. I can't do anything to save anyone because I have no healing spells left.
I'm just gonna walk by, like, when I see all this, I'm gonna walk by, look at people's clothing, and be like,
I already took all their money.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I don't really look at that, though.
Lame.
I'm, like, looking at their clothes and stuff. See if I like anything. That's what I'm doing.
I love how you said, "Why are you weird?" as if everyone in this goddamn party isn't the craziest fucking freak. Am I
Do
wrong?
I see anyone interesting? With
To the
certain
sex dungeon!
clothing? Oh god. Or, necklaces or rings.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll 2d12 for me.
2d12?
Yeah.
That's this one, right?
It is the one that
It is the dodecahedron.
which I mistakenly said.
2 and a 3, so 5 altogether.
Okay, so you didn't need to add them up.
Oh, okay.
So as you're looking around, you can see that there is actually someone wearing cleric's vestments that seem to reminisce the a follower of Syre. So there are cleric vestments for Syre, and you also pick up some clothing off of a gentleman that seems to be wearing a very heavy, bulky coat and very thick trousers, fur-lined boots, that sort of thing. So you also found some cold weather clothing.
Ooh, nice.
You guys knocked out the cleric that could fix A.
Shouldn't have been in a fucking bar fight. Oops. Not in our bar.
Wait.
Not in our bar.
So now you left the
Or
cleric.
not Cyrate,
But Amare.
Amare.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was like, well, there went my chance to actually be human.
Yeah.
Well,
He's one of the local clerics.
Yokels.
Okay. Alright.
Is everyone turning in for the night?
Vestments. What do you mean?
Vestments, so like cleric robes, cleric,
Okay. Ooh.
cleric attire, that kind of stuff.
I'm good.
I want to do something in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Oh no.
Any role playing before heading off to bed?
I'm gonna pull out my smith tools and put them in a cross above my head at click and go. We will forge at dawn.
Oh god.
And I'm gonna do the same, and I'm going to go, we will forge at dawn!
You hear a gruff voice coming from the corner, just go, yeah! And you see like this wiry looking dwarf that's smoking a corncob pipe with a very bulbous nose.
Fuck yeah.
I just look at Encodius and I'm like, we only have one bed in the room. You might. It's a little. You're bigger now. I mean, unless you want to sleep on the floor.
I'm fine with sleeping on the floor.
Okay. I'm just very tired, and I just want.
Nope, time to spoon.
Hey, can I talk to you for just a second?
Oh,
Just a fucking second, man.
I've just been wanting to go to sleep for 4 hours.
All right, listen. We'll walk and talk, okay? Walk and talk.
I'll get you further away from your bed, and I'll talk to you.
All right.
I'm gonna take that option of a nice cushy bed away from you, and I'm gonna make you walk with me and talk with me.
You look.
You're not allowed to leave.
Pretty right now.
What? This is a
shit and just.
You're a terrible liar.
You're a terrible flirt.
Yeah, you are. Oh, am I?
Just say you're a lesbian.
She wants to
just,
share that
A
one
just
bed.
looks at you and it's just like, cut the shit and just ask the question.
All right, so I want to get in contact with Meacham.
Wow.
Okay.
Can you help me? I mean, you have like full blown fucking conversations with your whatever, and I would like to figure that out. And apparently, found this out. Cool shit. So our people used to be married, right? And then like. It's some cool shit.
Full New York.
So I think we're like sisters.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
They like birthed us, right?
What? Wait,
What?
hold on.
Is that like a thing?
Step back. Our people. What are you talking about?
Well, you know how like Sarai or whatever her name is told us that we're like prophets or whatever of certain things other than Shad over here. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but
he is as well. It's just,
he's a late bloomer. It's fine.
we just need to find his thing. It's a Get back to the point. I'm tired.
I'm getting back to the point. Okay, so she said, you know. Anyway, I found out information that Meacham and Sarai were married.
Yes.
Had children.
Yes.
And let me look into my
My mind palace.
One was Anna,
Okay.
bringer of fear.
Yes.
Another was Antana.
There's Anna,
Yeah.
Anatea,
Anatea.
Antenna.
Madonna.
Madonna.
Yes.
You just go full New Yorker when you're
And,
trying to unravel the truth.
She's had a lot of tequila.
And she tried to kill both of them, right? And she stole something from them. No one really knows.
Who stole what?
Anatea.
Okay.
Madonna.
Stole
Antenna.
something
Okay.
from them. But I figured since you're so close with your person,
Mm-hmm.
God Almighty, whatever, you would help me with mine. And since they're technically connected, and I think you have some kind of shit with him too, maybe you could help me, please. The piece with sugar on top.
What do you want to know?
I want to know what he wants. Like,
Okay,
am I supposed to do something? Like, you have a reason. You know, I'm sure everyone here has a reason. I don't want to. I'm not special.
You're not special.
I have shit, but I'm not special. So, like, I want to know why.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have a lot of knowledge on things, but I'm not a god.
No, but I thought maybe you could help me contact him.
Have you tried praying to him?
What the fuck
That's
is
all
that?
it takes?
Wait. Are you telling me all I gotta do is get on my knees, fold my hands, and be like,
and take it.
Meacham,
You are his...
come help me.
You are his avatar.
Answer
yes?
my questions, oh lord.
You are his avatar, correct?
Yeah, that's what it was.
What is this?
We're doing
This
so
is
good.
like full on like. from
Everyone
A's
feels
point of
like
view.
they've been awake for 50 years, and it's just
She's been beaten to death. She has not only had her race changed, but now she has completely new powers, and you're pestering her.
Sorry.
As the two of you are talking, you see this red dragonborn just like as you're walking up the stairs towards her room. As you're talking, just like try to be like, excuse me, pardon me, just like try to get past you on the stairs and just walk down, like very awkwardly.
Can I trip him?
Why are you gonna be a bitch about all of this?
I'm sorry, but he could have gone around
fucking
us.
trip
We're
him,
not
yeah,
fucking fat
no.
people, okay? Like,
Just
he
be
had
a
to go
bitch.
in between. There's something,
It's more like he's bigger.
Yeah,
Could've
you're
gone
being an
around.
ass. Yeah,
Can I
how
get
dare
a
he be bigger?
perception check off him?
Sure, make a perception check, and if you want to make a dex saving throw to trip him, you can.
Fuck yeah.
This poor bar
I'm
has
embarrassed.
been through so much this night.
This is like a nightmare version of Cheers.
Yeah,
High fantasy cheers.
And I imagine as I'm coming up behind, just following them as they're having this conversation, he comes to me and he's just like, I just walk back down the stairs, just out of the way.
Yeah.
A 22?
22. Just looks very unassuming.
So, saving throw? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, dex saving throw.
Okay, so... 18?
18. So, you manage to stick out your foot just in time, and he stumbles over it, tripping over about 3 or 4 stairs as he tumbles down and goes, "Oh."
Can I try and catch him as I'm behind them on the stairs?
Sure, make an athletics check. This is what
Odious
D&D
gets-
is, everybody.
Okay, so, athletics, right?
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20?
Yeah, you catch him, no problem, and he's caught off guard by you catching him, and as he breaks away, he just looks at you for a moment and goes, "What the fuck are you?"
I look back at him and I go, "What the fuck are you?"
He shudders and just makes his way past you, like, quickly.
That poor man.
And then I go over to A and I'm like, see? What if that was against Meacham? I don't fucking know. Like, what if he just zaps me and I'm like, dead?
That's not how this works.
I don't know how it works. Help me.
I will help you tomorrow. For right now, it has been a very, very long 24 hours of which I have died, he has died, Shados has died, I've been turned into a different race, he's been turned into a different race, I don't even know what powers I have anymore. I need my brain, no function.
You need your brain to function. I think that has happened already. Okay, listen. You look like shit, okay? I'm gonna let you go to
Here's
bed.
the thing. I have answers in books that I've taken notes. I just don't have the patience nor brain power to give it to you right now.
You don't want to give me the book that you have notes?
It's my personal notebook.
Oh, so okay.
But if you really want to read the book, go bug Lapis, because I gave it back to her.
I also have something that I got a book. I got a book from Dawn, actually.
Okay. What is it on? It's like literally the mom that's trying to like, just be by herself.
Wait.
And then
I got a book from Dawn. I got a book from
Yeah,
Dawn
you
when
did
were
get
there.
a book from Dawn, yeah.
It's literally...
I think it was like the same shit or something.
Mhm.
It was the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this one? Is it this?
Yes, it's that one.
Okay. So I could read this and maybe no?
It'll get you on the right path.
What is it in a different language?
I don't know what copy you gave you.
I'm gonna like go through it and
Like skim through it a little
Yeah,
bit. It's in
yeah.
common.
Okay.
I would be like, I don't...
Alright.
It's actually in Modron. It's in ones and zeros.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're excited to know and you want to know, I get it. I have a lot that I need to tell you all of the shit I figured out.
Yeah.
About us as avatars.
Yeah, we're all avatars of different things.
Yes, but
Yeah,
I have some information that I need to pass on to all of you, and I will do it tomorrow when everyone is together. Before
I mean, you're kind of hot as an orc.
I'm going to bed now.
Oh, princess!
I literally just come up behind you and shove you. Just big wall of, like, titanium person just blocking everyone from behind, just pushing you towards the door.
She's like, I will see you all in the morrow. I promise I will explain everything in the morning.
Okay, good night. Sweet dreams.
Door slowly shuts.
Flowers and unicorns.
I peek my head back out and I
Sparkles.
just, in Eowyn's voice, in the morning, and slam the door shut.
Princess! Bueller.
And you just see Ylorhana just like take her head down and just like walk slowly to her room. Like
She just opens up the door. It just opens up the door and goes, "Just read the fucking book. It'll make more sense about what I have to tell you tomorrow. Okay? Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. I will promise I will help you find your shit tomorrow. I think I know where it is. Good night." And just shut the door.
Wow.
Lapis, what are we doing right now? Are we still yeeting bodies off the porch?
I mean, I figured it would be after the fact of all that we were doing that shit. I was just gonna stay awake till everybody fell asleep and then do some shit. Do some fun shit.
I like that.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Any other role playing before we turn in for the evening?
Staying up till everyone goes to sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Like,
get
do
on the
some
roof
shit.
and stage dive off into the pile of bodies below.
Oh my!
Okay, so for that,
Stop it.
How high is the roof?
And then, like once you hit them, they all wake up, right? That's how that works.
Or they're blood
Or
gushers.
they
fuck,
die.
They could be blood gushers. Who knows?
That's some
Just makes like a
fucking awesome shit, dude. Let's do it, man.
You're gonna get us attacked for literal murder.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, man, do it.
Why you
Fight
gotta be
with
like
power.
this?
okay, so are you just diving just to dive, or are you gonna do it with some flair added onto it?
Lead with
Get
your
in the
horns.
air, dude.
lead with your horse.
Oh, sweet Lord, baby Jesus.
Do a barrel roll.
I'm not saving y'all's asses right now.
As I jump off, I'm gonna like do a twist and just be like flipping around and spinning in the air.
So you're like corkscrewing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll need you to make 2 checks for me.
Oh,
I need
fuck.
you to make an acrobatics check and a performance check.
Wow.
Lila walks by, immediately kills Shados.
No.
FYI, Ace asleep, so good luck, and she's not waking up.
You know what these 5th level spell slots are for? Smite!
Only
Yeah,
smite.
I'm not. I went back to my room and just.
Acrobatics and what?
Performance.
Performance.
There's
So for
a slight
acrobatics,
conversation that he and I
18.
Okay.
For performance, 18.
Okay. So, you managed to... you're on top of the roof of the Crooked Trout, and it is a couple stories high. It's a tall tavern.
Yep.
It's not big, it's just tall. And you look down about 3 stories below you to see the pile of bodies that have been thrown out onto the porch. And you get a nice running start and jump off, almost swan diving, and you tuck and turn your body in such a way to catch the momentum as you're falling down. And you manage to land a perfect corkscrew and also land on the bodies in such a way that your weight is evenly distributed and doesn't kill anybody. However, you do feel about 5 or 6 people underneath you start to wake up and wriggle and start to carry on about being tied up.
I just kind of like hop and slide down the pile of bodies onto the ground, and as I'm walking away, just say good night.
You just hear one of them shout as you're walking into the tavern, "Get us out of here!"
Oh no, I'm deaf.
Before I head to bed, I would like to take the scope and spend some downtime attaching the enhancement to my prototype, as well as I'm going to focus my upgrade on the scope.
Okay, sounds good. So your upgrade does... I have the handout here.
So, the spectacles, when it's the base enhancement, means I can forego an attack to aim down the sights and get a +2. When it's the upgraded enhancement, it means I can use my bonus action to do it.
Okay. Okay, and that'll be the only upgrade that you have for your
Correct.
For your attachment.
So I have the base illusory muzzle and then the upgraded sights.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So as everyone goes to bed, Lapis, you said you wanted to do something while everyone was asleep.
Yes, I did. I
How
want
dare you,
to try one of my spells.
Okay.
And for one of my spells, I'm gonna send a message.
Oh god. Who are you sending a message to?
I'm gonna take a piece of copper wire out and I'm gonna send a message to I don't know who to pick.
Roll a dice.
But I don't. Alright. Pick a number, I guess.
Or I could be
Oh, wait,
6.
yeah,
and
you
it
do
could
it.
be a
Be
random
6.
NPC.
Ooh, yes, please.
Yeah, so go around the table. Eowyn is 1, followed by Encodius being 5, and then I'll be 6, and then I will roll to determine which
2.
2. So it'll be Ylorhana.
Okay, I'll take a piece of copper wire.
Because to be fair, this is the first time you're able to cast
Yeah.
a spell, so you have no idea who is being sent out to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take a piece of copper wire and I'm gonna just start whispering some words.
Okay, what do you say in your message?
I'm gonna say, hello? Does this work? Hello? I usually hit things. You may respond to this message.
Okay. I believe that was like 15 words.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Ylorhana, you hear Lapis's voice echoing in your head.
What the fuck is this bullshit? Hello?
Do you respond, Lapis?
Hello?
No.
Hello?
No response.
Hello?
You do this for, I want to say, the next 7 or 8 minutes.
I start getting louder. Like,
Oh my fucking god. Does anyone else hear this?
Yeah.
oh yeah, once I get
you're
louder.
I'm
screaming
gonna
at the
knock
top of
down
your
her
lungs.
door.
You're
Knock
gonna
down
knock down
her-
my door.
Yep. I'm concerned
All right, so
now.
you go ahead, kick down the door. It swings almost entirely off of its hinges.
What is with the yelling?
Lapis was in my head.
She's in all of our heads. It's
No.
fine.
No. She said something in my head.
I got a 3. She's next. Because I'm not coming. I'm not even in my room. I'm gonna be somewhere outside, and I'm gonna get another piece of copper wire.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna send
And
a
I'm
message.
just lecturing you like,
Yeah, you're in the
"It's
middle
fine."
of screaming. I hear nothing but yelling, and I'm just gonna. Hello, this is Jesus speaking. Give me your money. You have forsaken me for too long, and then I'll. You may reply this message.
What's happening to you now?
Oh, Lapis! Fucking Lazulli! Oh, I get it now. It's like her tongue is just licking the drum of my ear. It's
Okay,
the
that's
worst.
weird. That is weird. I didn't say
What did you
that.
say about licking? You may respond to this message.
Lick your own ass, Lapis. And I'm gonna just haul ass outside, try and hunt her down.
Okay.
It is a blood feud now.
Just go ahead. Do an investigation check to see if you can find where she is.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Big mad.
Big mad. Such wow.
Can I hold an action till she gets within 30 feet of me?
What are you holding?
Blindness / death.
Sure, that's fine.
Oh my
god.
What was I rolling? Insight?
Investigation.
Investigation. That's a 9.
9. So you storm out the front of the Crooked Trout, and you hold the door open, and you're sort of looking back and forth at the different streets, and you see a couple of children running back home, and then silence, just off in the distance of someone coughing, but no sign of Lapis.
Can I look out my window?
Sure.
Oh, that's right. You guys don't know the range of this.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. So I'm gonna look out my window and see if I could see any type of Lapis anywhere.
6.
For another message.
Mm-hmm.
For an NPC.
I'll do one more.
Okay, so message has to be within a certain range. I know that.
Just a random patron.
Right.
Crooked Trout.
So 120 feet. So it'll be someone within the Crooked Trout.
Oh, watch it
In
be
the
my
pile
dad.
of bodies outside.
Or my dad.
Someone
Yeah,
in
it
the
could
bottom.
be one of the people in the pile of bodies.
Just like the person in the bottom of the pile of bodies.
Sweet Lord, baby Jesus, save us all.
Okay. So what do you say?
I'm gonna get my little piece of wire. Hello? Is there anybody out there? It's cold and it's dark. That's it.
You hear a somewhat familiar voice come back to you. Shados, is that one of your new tricks? Ah, you cheeky bastard.
Aye. It's me.
You sound a little different. You, have you got a cold?
Yeah. It's gnarly.
No response.
But yeah, I'm looking out the window to try and find Lapis.
I'm
Okay.
going back to bed. I'm
Yep.
just really mad. I'll deal with it in the morning.
So you look out the window and you see on a nearby building, perched right outside of your window on a rooftop is Lapis.
Mm-hmm. How far away is she?
10 feet.
She's 10 feet away?
Yeah.
You have pissed off the rogue.
How far away away is she? Is she within knife throwing range?
Is she within knife range?
She within crossbow range?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, I can deflect missiles, though.
So? She doesn't know that.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I can.
Actually, you know what? She's fucking with my head. Maybe I'll fuck with her head.
No, God.
I love this. This is great.
Hey, it's just like passed out in the room. Just like non-existent to the world.
Hello.
Would I be
Hey.
able to use my mask yet?
You need to spend a short rest attuning to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, then never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna get a crossbow.
Okay.
I'm gonna stealthily.
Ow, you're in front of your window. I see you.
Turn off the lights.
Just like punches down.
Blow out the candle.
Just do me a favor. Do make a stealth roll for me.
Alright.
It'll be against her passive perception.
Wait, I think I have advantage. On stealth checks? Yes. I do. Because, you know, mine definitely.
I feel like that new spell is going to be super handy, though.
Message?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only 120 feet.
I mean,
Unless if you get sending, and then you can...
I was thinking about getting sending.
Message actually doesn't have the word restriction either.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Although you probably wouldn't have actually been able to use it if it's raw, considering it can only go through like a foot of stone and like 3 feet of wood, and so like it's not like it can be anywhere within 120. It's
Yeah, no, I know.
yeah.
Me at 16.
16, and Lapis, what's your passive perception?
12.
12. Yeah, so you see Ylorhana just seemingly vanish in front of you. You blink and she's gone. You just assume that she hid behind the window.
Well then, if that's the case, I'm going to... I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop down from the building.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like, alright.
Land on the body pile.
No, this is on the adjacent wall of the inn, so the body pile's not down there.
That's
I can just slide down.
Have you ever thought,
I'll let
wow,
it go for now.
Okay.
Have you ever thought, wow, I can't believe this campaign, we're the bad guys.
Yep. Oh, I believe I'm the bad guy.
You guys are extremely morally gray.
Then there's me over here who's just trying to survive.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Listen, that guy was expecting a hammer to the face, talking shit to me like that, alright?
I don't think he was expecting it. I'd argue that he deserved it. I don't think he was expecting it.
Expect the unexpected.
Okay,
Like
so
hammers.
you all go ahead and turn in for the evening. I need every one of you to go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
No.
The one.
No.
Listen, this is my game. You got to do it.
No, please don't make me do it.
Do it.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Okay, bitch.
Okay, bitch.
No, I don't think you
We in
understand.
it, we in it.
No, I don't think you understand. It landed on one, bounced off the edge, and then got a 19.
Nice. Beautiful.
Like it.
Okay, so starting with Restrana and working our way this way.
18.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
19.
So close.
Better than one.
Okay. Oh?
Hey,
So-
get kidnapped again.
No. Please no.
So Lapis, as you're asleep,
I'm gonna get yelled at again, aren't I?
no.
Damn it.
As you're sleeping, you wake up in the middle of the night and find yourself to be very parched. You go ahead and make your way out of your room and into the kitchen to fetch some water, and take 3 large gulps of it. And you get the sense that there's someone watching you, but you can't place where.
I'm just gonna turn around really fast.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
10.
You don't see anything, but that feeling is still there.
I'm going to go back to my room.
Okay. You walk back up the stairs, the familiar creaks underneath your bare feet, and you walk into your room. Go ahead and make another perception check.
I ain't see shit. That's a 10 again.
That's fine, it wasn't a hard DC.
Good.
You remembered closing the door when you left your bedroom, and
Mm.
it's now ajar.
Do I hear anything?
Listening closely,
It's the sneezing bandit.
listening closely and really trying to focus your senses to the immediate area, you can't hear anything aside from the wind outside.
I'm going to...
Are my spidey senses tingling?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're all asleep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand there in a moral dilemma of, do I really do this? Go inside? I'm just gonna do it. I want to go inside my room.
Okay, so you go ahead and you open the door and you hear it slowly creak open, and you look inside the room, lit by the dull light, white light of the moon. And you see that your room looks exactly the same as you left it. You go ahead and close the door. I need you to go ahead and make another perception check for me.
It's a faceless monster.
Probably. That is a 14.
14. So looking around, you now can hear something creak above you.
Good thing I didn't look up. I'm going to... like directly above me?
Like above you generally. Like within your room above you.
Is it like following me per se? Or is it just in the room?
Just in the room.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Could just go to sleep and pretend nothing happened.
I mean, that is also true.
You want to go night-night forever?
Might as well. I'm just gonna act on instinct, and I'm just gonna point a hand up and cast an Eldritch Blast in the ceiling. I'm too spooked. I'm just gonna go on immediate instinct and just...
No.
Okay, so as you go to reach your hand up, you feel another hand grasp your wrist.
No!
And as you look up, you see something that totally shocks you in the moment because you weren't expecting to see it there. You see someone wearing very loose-fitting black robes, dark as pitch. The only thing illuminated is this white and red, almost kitsune-like mask. And with the other hand, the figure just puts a finger to his lips, snaps, and you blink and he's gone.
Have I seen or heard of that thing in person before?
No, this is something entirely new to you.
I don't like it.
I'm dying, aren't I?
Go ahead and
Can I send a message to it?
I'm so dead.
You can try.
I want to try to send a message to it.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
I know. It just... What do you want? More importantly, what are you? This is for research purposes of the Cobalt Soul. You may respond to this message.
Silence.
Figured.
My brother.
Go ahead and make one more perception check for me.
That's 17.
17. You look around and you see on the windowsill what appears to be a piece of parchment about the size of a playing card.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, so you go ahead and you pick it up and you notice these weird concentric circles on the one side that sort of elaborate themselves in a multifaceted Venn diagram. And then on the other side, you see... on the other side, you see 2 lines of text. It says, Verdant Garden. And then underneath it, it says, the night of the high moon.
When is the night of the high moon?
It's essentially a full moon.
Mm-hmm. No, like when is it? Like how close is the Verdant moon?
The high moon would be on the 13th of Ludaire, which is about, or no, not the 13th, the 25th
of
Ludaire, which is about 18 days away.
Okay.
You know the Verdant Gardens to be a place in Varain.
Okay. Gonna take the playing card. I'm gonna put it in my journal. And I'm gonna just try to sleep.
Okay. So, rest of you sleep fine throughout the night, no disturbances. And you all wake up on the 7th day of Ludaire, the 2nd day of the festival in Weldstone. You all go throughout your morning rituals of preparing spells, getting weapons and armor ready. Is there anything any of you would like to do during the day?
Well, I'm going to annoy A.
You're gonna have to annoy me with them, because I'm headed with them.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna walk and talk with you for a second. I'm gonna be like, so I did that thing that you told me to do, the praying thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, it didn't work.
Well,
necessarily. I mean, he's contacted me in the dream, and I'm just gonna keep, like, talking to you like we're best friends.
Hold on, before I need to do a thing. I don't have commune yet, do I?
Nope.
I don't believe so.
No, I do not. I do not have commune. So, sometimes they don't always answer right away. They are gods, so that they tend to be busy sometimes.
Yeah, and, like, so I guess my god is, like, a lot of people think of him as, like, not a good person, necessarily. They don't really like him, necessarily. So I'm afraid to, like,
Only
ask
here.
anyone else. Yeah.
Only here. Unfortunately, where I come from, he's very much revered. Dramatic dice
Oh, nothing.
You see Avery just off by the bar. She's spilled a plate of eggs and she just goes, God damn it, and just starts scooping them back up in her apron.
And also, like, this mask he gave me in my dream, how do I, like, make it do things?
If I knew that, I would know what the frick to do with that thing.
Well, I mean, it does shit. It, like, transforms in the bracelet, and then that, you know?
I asked her to do that for me so I wouldn't walk around with a crown on my head.
Oh. So you don't know what it does?
Not particularly. I've been trying to figure it out. Just haven't had much luck.
Does it have any, like, writing or encryption on it? Can I see it?
I can't take it off.
I'm not asking you to take it off, I just want to look at it.
I mean, sure. You can, I mean, I've pretty much looked at this thing backwards and forwards. If you find something, have fun!
Alright, I'm gonna look at this.
Okay.
Like, really
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm gonna
Natural
smell
20,
the
you know
bracelet.
all of the secrets, you are now the god.
Natural 20.
That's hilarious.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've spent, like, every single day of my life since this thing has appeared on my wrist, like, studying this goddamn thing.
Swear to God.
Okay. Taking a look at it, it seems to be made of a sort of material that you've never really seen. Like, it appears metallic, but when you touch it, it's very soft and pliable.
Ew.
And the properties that you've seen of it, where Eowyn removes it and it places itself as a crown on her head if she removes her hood. That part is a little bit unbeknownst to you how that works, but you do feel a very, very strong holy presence about this artifact that she has on. You can't really discern anything else from it.
There's no writing or anything.
From what you can see, there seems to be some inscription on there, but it's in a language that you've never seen before. The script is very jagged and jarring, almost as if a child had scratched into it. But otherwise, the bracelet itself looks like interlocking willow trees going from head to trunk. But yeah, that's all you can really see.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yep. Have any questions about it? Because I can probably answer them for you.
I was just curious what it does, but you don't know what it does.
No.
So she gave you a bracelet and she didn't, like, explain to you what it does?
Okay. So, here's what happened.
There's a thing that happened.
Yes, there's a very big thing that
I am
happened.
paying attention.
Okay. So as you know, and I'm like speaking very, very quietly to her, cause like trying not to like announce to the entire bar that I'm the fucking Queen of Kovier. In my culture, you don't have to be born of royal blood to be queen. It helps. But it does not mean that you are.
Interesting.
You have to complete 7 ordeals, basically.
Okay.
Called the 7 virtues.
7 virtues, got it.
You have to perform 7 godly or selfless acts to show that you are pure of heart to rule.
Interesting.
And every time that you complete one of these acts, if the gods bless it upon you, because you could give and give and give and never be blessed. But if you're blessed, you have tattoos.
Which is your...
Yes.
Got it.
I was always different. Most people, when their tattoos showed up, they were silver. I'm gold.
Right.
People thought it was simply because I was the daughter of the current queen. It turns out it was for a different reason. Together.
Your daughter of Saray.
Yes.
Like, literally, right? Like, did she birth you? Or, like,
I don't know.
Form you? How does that even work? How does a god...
So, So I
Do
completed...
they, like, fuck a human?
I don't know.
Or do they fuck gods?
Will you let me finish telling the goddamn story?
I'm sorry. It's just so many questions.
So, when I completed the 7 and the crown, we call this the crown, and she kind of lifts up her hood a little bit so you can see the tattoos that are on her forehead and like scroll down her face. When they appear, it means that a new queen has been appointed. Doesn't matter how old the old queen was, she's immediately dethroned.
Oh, interesting.
So when I completed it, it was a joyous day. My mother got to rest. She's been working so hard for so long. And so I went through the coronation. And everything was going perfect. I completed all the rites, I did all the things correctly, but there's one last step that has to happen. The gods must bless it. There's been stories in the past where they complete all the things and then they go up to do the coronation and nothing happens, and then, well, the queen stays the queen. And so I went up, and Meacham is the god that blesses the queens. But I was not blessed by Meacham. Instead of being bathed in moonlight, I was bathed in light. Golden light of Sarai.
But now...
She then came and spoke to me.
Okay. She came and spoke to you. Okay, I'm getting ahead of you.
Yes.
Sorry.
And it kind of froze everything around me. As you guys saw last night, that's kind of her shtick. She likes to freeze time so she can speak to whomever she wishes. So she spoke to me and told me that she was my mother, that I was the avatar, that I had to go and come to here and find the other avatars. She gave me the prophecy. But there's another prophecy that was for Bruce that you all kind of heard.
Sort of.
Of the queen being born of light will bring the death of the world.
Is that the full prophecy, or is that how people are saying it is?
It's so old and it's been passed down from generations to generations. We honestly thought it was a fairy tale. Until me.
Did it say death, though?
I don't know. I haven't read the original source material.
I feel as though, hearsay. I really think that if this is the prophecy for you, there's no way that you are the type of person that would put death upon everybody.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, it does. I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter to Colvier.
It matters to me. And I think you are gonna bring light to the world, and you're probably going to heal it, transform it. You're probably gonna heal it, and you're probably gonna transform it. Probably some kind of crazy, rebirth thing. And people probably took that as death. But honestly, I really don't think that's the case.
It doesn't matter, because the minute the light hit me and I was brought back to my body of sorts, there were guns trained for me.
So that's why you're hiding.
Could you not learn?
I get it. And I understand why you're trying to figure out everything, too.
You think?
But I honestly feel as though you would never do something like that, considering you're like the best person I know.
Well, thank you for that, considering you pilfer bodies and eat weird things. That makes me feel a whole lot better.
Listen, just because I do strange things doesn't mean that I don't know good people.
I know, but to answer your question of me knowing everything is literally less than a year ago. I was just a girl. I had no idea this was going to happen. I don't really know anything beyond my own wits and my smarts, and honestly, I think Encodius may know more than I do at this point. He's been around the longest out of all of us.
I don't know, he seems kind of clueless, to be honest.
I mean, I haven't been really able to ask him, considering it's been a day.
In all honesty, it seems like he's just kind of like going with the flow of things, not really telling anybody shit. He transforms, and then he's like, I'm here. Different body, guys. And then, like, yeah, he had, like, he's like a robot or some shit. What the fuck is that?
You know, you're not really how I expected you to be.
What do you mean?
You're a lot more curious than I thought you would be.
I'm a very curious individual. It's gotten me into a lot of trouble.
My question is why do you want to know so badly about Mikdos? Why not just trust him that he will put what you need in front of you?
I can't trust people like that.
Why not?
Because it's gotten me into a lot of trouble.
You haven't been able to trust a god.
I've never even been contacted by a god. I've never even done the god thing. I don't know what praying is.
I mean, that's valid.
I don't... Gods are weird to me. It's a weird thing.
Do you know where you came from?
No.
Have you ever done research into your own kind before?
Well, I mean, I was taken as a child and transformed into this. I was told, well, I have vivid, tiny little memories of possibly being in an elf family before I was changed.
That's interesting.
But I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, pixies changed me. And,
what would I know about pixies?
Make a nature check.
Why now?
Is that in that one?
It's a nat 20.
Oh, sweet.
For everything else, I roll nat ones, except for random crap like this.
Yep. You've throughout your various virtue tests, you've had to study a whole manner of different creatures to sort of get to know what's out there in the world. Pixies were sort of like a passing glance, but you do know them to be fey creatures and servants of more powerful archfey. They're usually the ones that are complicit in kidnappings and doing the bidding favors for archfey.
Okay.
They're not super common, but they're not very rare either. They tend to hold themselves in places where extraplanar portals to the Feywild are more strong. Otherwise, they don't really venture that far out, knowing that they don't have a way to get back home.
What if I told you I met a pixie? And befriended it?
I have a scared look on my face, just so you know.
You say that to Aowen?
Yeah.
I
While I have my mask on,
Yeah.
I am very scared right now.
On our way here, Encodius and I ran into a pixie and we kind of befriended it.
You see her hands start twitching, and she's just getting, like, super nervous. Is that why his gun sounds like that sometimes?
Maybe. But, we could try in our travels if we pass... Why not? Don't you want to know?
No.
Why?
No.
Did you ever think that that's the reason why Mictus chose you.
Why?
It's the god of deceit. Darkness, of knowing more than your neighbor.
Oh. No.
Why are you so afraid? You asked me all about my history, and I told you willingly.
They took me from a loving home and made me feel pain that you can only imagine to transform into something unwillingly. They are scary to me. They are deceitful. They hurt people. They lie. They trick.
Yes, they trick, but...
You befriended it?
quite easily.
How?
Simply talking to it and being honest.
What was the conversation?
Well, she tricked us to go in circles for about 6 hours. That was a bunch of fun, and we simply said we were passing through.
What was her name?
His name.
What was his name?
I don't believe he gave you his name.
He didn't.
I don't think he did.
Also, while they were talking shit about me, I'm right there because they were traveling with us to go to the blacksmith, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's there.
I'm not talking shit on you at all.
No, I was.
No.
I 100% was, and I was being a dick, basically.
Love that.
I was staring you in the eyes, just blank face.
Would you... You would remember the voice.
Ooh.
I want to insight Ylorhana.
Go for it.
No.
Nope. That's a 9.
Seems honest.
Well, not so much to find out honesty. I just want to see if
she's hiding anything.
If me doing something like that would cause something like massive.
Like PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
What the doing the voice?
Yeah.
You can see that she is very visibly shaken. Like this is a big part of her life. So you can infer that she will not enjoy hearing it, but it's up to you what you want to do.
I mean it only to remember what he said, because I don't remember.
I think you should ask Ylorhana if she would be okay hearing the voice.
I can have Encodius repeat the conversation for you, if you'd like.
Okay.
You would hear his voice perfectly. And ours as well.
Okay.
Is that something that you would be okay with?
Well, if I know this pixie... Yeah, just do it. Rip the Band-Aid.
She suggests.
And I'm basically just going to stop us for a moment and kind of think back and just replicate the conversation about the idea of his intent of the trickery, his mentality of just don't be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, because I honestly don't remember what
Does that sound familiar to me?
It was a very passing conversation of him explaining the nature of what he does, basically saying something along the lines of like, sometimes a pixie gets a little bored, and see, we like to like to lure people in, just have a little fun with them, but we'll, send them off on their way once we've got our fill. But, you guys seem alright with me. Just don't be a fucking asshole, alright?
Does that sound familiar to me?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound familiar.
But also think of his intent. He was just having a bit of fun. I wonder if pixies just like us have different sects of their life. Different religions, different belief systems. Maybe if we go back to this pixie, he may be able to give us some information about who it was that really did what they did to you. And then maybe you'll find the purpose why Nito's pixie.
I get extremely scared around any type of pixies.
Who would be with you?
I won't be able to talk to it.
I will talk to it for you. I do it for Encodius all day long.
And Codius just stands there and waves.
And a little bit under his breath, you just hear Restrana, "Fuck you."
Well, if you learn some common, wouldn't have to.
Are you curious to know how long it takes to learn a language in D&D?
Yes.
It takes, I just literally looked this up.
I think it's something like 200 hours.
It is, you need 250 downtime days and 250 gold pieces to learn a new language. Or a tool.
Jeez.
I don't think we have that kind of downtime. Just a thought.
Oh my.
Well, it looks like I'll be translating for you for a very long time.
Or we could get something that...
Wait a minute.
What if we have like a notebook that you could write down in Celestial? And
you like to make things, do you not?
Yes.
Then why don't you just make yourself a little translator thing?
Interesting concept. Question is, what would I be translating from and to?
Well, I would assume Celestial to Common, since most people speak Common.
Yes, but
And then Common to Celestial.
translation from a language is much more difficult than something mechanical.
I can read Celestial.
Well, I'm not speaking to you because it just sounds like sing-songy. I look over at Awen. What about sign language?
What do you mean?
It's hard to translate a language when it's spoken because of a bunch of concepts of acoustics and dialects, and there are dialects when it comes to sign language and such as well, but it's a lot easier to translate based off of a physical motion that has a set beginning and end point, rather than trying to translate sounds of a voice that change consistently.
It's not thought. I mean, it would be hard for you to understand. Well, you understand other people. It'd be more of making people understand you. That could work.
I read Celestial.
You're sitting there just listening to the songs just back and forth.
And I'm like, y'all can just like write it down.
I mean, you could write in Common. You were able to read and write in it.
Yes, I'm able to. But I don't think stopping every 5 seconds to write down on a slate board would be conducive.
True.
It's a concept to think about.
We'll figure it out some other day. For now, fine, I will translate. I just hope we don't ever get separated, because then you're screwed.
Hopefully that's not the case, but chances if that does happen, I have the slate board method on standby.
Yes. Okay, back to you. Sorry about that. Was a random thought. Still very tired.
Yeah, your song, man. I just Jesus Christ. I mean, just all of a sudden you guys started singing. Very strange.
I literally just had High School Musical pop
Yeah.
into my head.
Yeah. No joke. Like, I honestly thought I was in a musical for a little bit because you guys singing to each other.
So when's our musical one-shot episode?
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Grumble
Cold
no.
day in hell.
Tom, your thoughts?
What?
So, guess our bargain said no. So basically, we're all going to figure this out together. We're all kind of swinging in the dark at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm going to, ever so slowly, just make sure that you guys are doing the ring thing.
So how far are these woods that pixie was in?
It was only like a day's walk from here.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a little bit south of here. Maybe a day's walk. But we're unfortunately headed in the other direction.
In fact, in the way we trekked back last, where we had passed through, it was around the same forest. So we went in the direction. We went back to the woods when we were traveling to the castle, but we wrapped around rather than going through it.
Yes, that's right.
I also got information from someone that in Briar's Retreat there's a library.
Oh.
And it might have some pixie stuff that'll be useful to me possibly.
Would it be the same library that's in the basement of the Temple of Sere?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, it looks like we all need to go there because that's where the next step is for me as well. Looks like we're all going to turn into Lapis and go into book time once we clear the place out.
Right.
Because, remember Restrana's, vision?
Yeah.
That's going to be fun because that's the temple.
Oh, I thought we already achieved that. Do they have the other spear? Is there another spear? Like, sphere, sorry. Not spear. Sphere. Remember, we got that sphere from the mechanical thing.
That was handed into
Elephant Man.
Vol Rule in
Yeah.
the Rune Guard.
Elephant Man. Oh my god.
Good enough.
And
Reasons why nobody hires us.
she
TM.
said that they were holding one of those.
I mean, there could be multiple. Don't see why not.
So they have one.
Usually,
If her vision is correct.
I don't remember her saying that they had this sphere.
I thought they had one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they did
they
have
did.
a sphere, but usually artifacts of such can generally have a number of them with different enchantments and like sometimes they come in sects per religious cults and or belief systems.
We definitely have to be ready for whatever this is because mechanical fucking whatever the fuck that was
Appears.
appeared.
Clockwork appears.
Bahir.
Bahirs is the creature we fought.
I swear to God, if we have to face another fucking Bahir, I'm gonna rip it from its
Better
testicles.
than a manticle.
It was literally in its head. Can you imagine what those fuckers will do with it? The Black Shadow people, I guess that was them who had it? Or was it just in
The
there?
Shadowborn.
Yeah, the Shadowbone had it.
Yeah, the Shadowborn
And
were
made that?
looking for
Oh,
it.
they were looking for it.
Yeah.
It
And it was just in the thing.
It was in the Bahir.
Okay.
Yes,
Maybe-
we're putting everything together.
Maybe we should have kept it.
No.
Why?
First off, he needed it more than we did, obviously. Second off, what would we even do with it? We didn't know how to work it.
Well, they have one, and if we have one and we're going against them, I mean, at least that's like another thing we have against them.
And what happens if we lose it? Then they have two.
Well, we could have two.
in essence, we have no clue what we're going up to, which reminds me.
Oh, demon thingy. What is it?
Demon thingy?
Yeah, she was talking about, like, this thing with, like, horns or whatever, and it was red. Do we know what that is?
No, which is
Says
why...
Rashagame, and then there was someone else, and then that demon thing.
Yes, but
oh,
it's
that Floyd Slasher thing, and then demon.
What's going
I'm
on?
so lost.
It was Rashagame,
Wait.
Void Slasher, demon.
Hot question real quick. Am
Yeah.
I walking with them right now?
Yeah, because we're gonna go smith some shit.
God fucking damn! I go to pee for 5 seconds. I'm so confused.
Sorry.
All right, it's fine. So I'm gonna just like snap out of my sleepwalking to the blacksmith.
You didn't have your
right here.
tequila in the morning.
I didn't have my tequila in the morning.
I make you an Irish coffee before we leave.
Yeah,
A Mexican coffee.
Mexican coffee. And I'm just gonna like, I heard Void Slasher. What?
Okay, so we were talking about your little.
Oh god, and the conspiracy continues.
We were talking about your little thing, right? Your
The vision that
Your
you
vision.
had with Nizula.
Right, yeah.
There was Void Slasher,
Yeah.
there was Rashagame, and then this demon motherfucker, right?
No?
You said there was a red thing with
No.
horns.
No, love, there was a
Yeah.
different version of me and Shados.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Shados and-
I'm
All right.
talking
Do
about.
you want me to clear this up for you?
Yes,
Yes.
DM.
Okay.
God help
All
us.
right.
Going on?
So confused.
So, in Restrana's vision, she saw Void Slasher holding this sphere, an unknown artifact to you all, other than Big Sphere is bad, alongside Rashagame and a man who was fiery red with spikes going down his head and back and a tail coming out from his robes, which looked very familiar to also having a very sunken in, sallowed face, looking very familiar to the same guy that was no, he wasn't in the fort. That's right. It was just Rashagame and Void Slasher. It's very similar to the description of what Cyrona gave you of who they reported to, as well as who Cyre was talking about.
Right. Okay. So, me in my mind, I'm thinking red spikes, demon.
I think it was just probably...
Dragonborn?
Wait a minute.
What?
Did he look like the guy we passed last night?
No.
That was
Okay.
probably just a
Oh.
friendly NPC.
That would
it
be
was
some
his
shit.
way of instilling us with anxiety.
Yeah.
For no reason.
That's what I do.
So, yes, we have them that we have to deal with in a few days' time. But for right now, if it's all okay, is there like a library or something in this town other than at the temple, possibly? Amare?
Yeah, Temple would have like a very small collection of books.
I look at you all and I was like, I'm gonna go pull a Lapis and go read a book.
Okay.
We have a ring to forge.
Yes, I give Encodius all the stuff, and I'm like, here's all the things. I'm gonna go ask some questions at the temple, about this shit. And she, like, motions to her face.
And Codius just goes, "What shit?" And just holds back a chuckle.
You're so funny.
Come on, let's go! And I'm just gonna grab him by the shirt and drag him to the forge.
I hightail it off to...
I'm just holding the platinum and just kind of trudging. It like gleams the same way my head gleams in the sunlight.
And I'm just like
yeah.
standing there, left alone. I'm like, oh.
You hear a voice off in the distance say,
Croissant butter bee has exactly what you need.
God damn
it.
And you can see more market stalls.
Croissant butter bee has exactly what you need.
Do I
still
see?
can't nail it.
No.
Do I see a fortune teller anywhere?
No.
No.
Absolutely the
Yes.
fuck not!
Yes.
Do you
round
have 100
three.
gold and a death witch?
Death witch, yes, a death witch indeed.
Actually, yes, you do. You do see the fortune teller around.
Aw, shit. Here we go.
We would have
again.
told you the story and would have gone,
For real.
no.
Or Lapis would have gone.
No
like,
one
yes,
told me
yes,
shit.
Yes.
We did. We filled
No,
you
we
in.
didn't.
No,
We didn't fill Ylorhana in. We filled Sarah in. So
Yeah.
Ylorhana doesn't know better.
I just saw you guys poof into existence.
Yeah, you did.
We had that whole
Oh, my.
conversation with her after we came back.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
I don't remember any conversation.
No, you did say about like how you got transported to like a storybook world. And
Yeah, but
But
we
I-
didn't tell her.
Yeah.
who
Yeah, we
and
didn't-
why.
we didn't
No,
lay
we
it
had
out.
a conversation with the fortune teller.
No, live your life. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no. YOLO.
I didn't have a conversation with the
Dude, I literally think that you were thinking the wrong thing because we didn't tell her anything. We said we went to Toontown. We didn't give her any context, and that was the end
yeah,
of
she
it.
was just like, okay.
But no, like when we poofed back, we were talking to the.
We weren't talking to her.
Talking to the fortune
We
teller.
were talking to the fortune
but
teller.
is the fortune teller still there? And did she see the fortune teller? I guess is then the
Yeah,
next
because you
thing.
said we reappeared. We were having that conversation.
Well, yeah,
and she
you
was
would have
just-
seen the fortune teller there.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah.
You would have known that she brought us back, and we had a whole conversation with her.
Do what you want, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just live your life.
You see the fortune teller sitting at her booth now, shuffling her tarot cards, and looks up at you. Thanks, Siri.
Your wiretap.
Madam?
Hi.
Ah, yes, child. What is it that you wish to seek?
I'm curious about you.
On me?
Yeah.
What about me?
And I like sit down right in front of her. And I'm like, you're kind of tricky with my friends and stuff. I don't know if I like that so much.
I am just simply telling my fortunes. Is there anything wrong with that?
I don't necessarily think you're telling fortunes. I think you're making things happen.
Well, they only happen if they choose to follow that path. They have every notion not to follow through with it. They didn't even have to seek me out to begin with. They just naturally came to me.
Should I flip a coin?
It's up to you. You're the only one there.
Yep, we're in the forge.
I'm off at a temple.
Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so she offers 4 different tarot readings. A single minor card reading is 5 gold pieces. A past, present, future spread of the minor arcana is 10 gold pieces. A single major arcana reading is 100 gold pieces, and a past, present, future of the major arcana is 500 gold pieces.
I'll do the... What was the minor arcana one? Past, present, future?
Yeah, minor arcana, past, present, future of 10 gold pieces.
I'll do that one.
Okay. So she goes, splendid, splendid. Let us see what it is that we have yet to see about your life. She goes ahead and she shuffles the tarot cards in front of you and passes them to you and says, give them a shuffle if you would like. Shuffle them to your heart's content, and we will then proceed to pick out what it is that you are destined to be.
If it's these tarot cards, we are destined to be dead.
Guess what cards it is?
Those cards.
Cards of Doom.
Okay, so just shuffle them and what?
So there are different ways of picking the cards. You can either pick from the top, or you can pick randomly, just as long as you pick 3. Okay, so she goes ahead and lays out the cards in front of you, and from what you can see, the first card here is a man holding out a cup to be filled by another cup held by a woman. 2 of cups. And she looks at you and says, well, it seems you had a rival in your past. Everyone has one. They just don't know it at the beginning. And you look down at the card and you can see now, instead of the man kneeling, it is a vision of yourself as you currently are, holding out this cup to be filled. And the person filling your cup is a figure that's unknowns to you. It is a nondescript humanoid figure wearing black flowing robes and wearing a white and red fox mask.
Okay, that's the thing that's happening now.
Okay.
She flips over the other card, and this one is inverted.
Okay.
So originally the card is a man standing in between 8 torches that are piled into the ground, and he's holding one of them, but now it's inverted. So the 9 of Wands inverted. She looks at you and says, it seems you've been through a lot in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally. You know, they always say that the body is a temple. You should treat it as such. And suddenly you feel a soothing wave of energy coursing through you. Any scars that you've had on your body disappear.
Oh.
Any physical ailments that you may have are removed. And you also gain proficiency in Constitution saving throws.
Ooh.
Noise.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
So be sure to add that to your character sheet. There is a way to manually override the saving throws on there.
Yes.
And finally, she flips over your future card. Also inverted. She frowns a bit and looks up at you and says, take caution. There seems to be trouble in paradise for you. And you can see the image is originally of 3 people that are sleeping on the ground, passed out after drinking, and a figure standing above them, but now inverted. So, her future for you says that there is trouble in paradise.
Okay, what does that mean, trouble in paradise?
Just, I would say, be on your guard.
Be on my guard. I mean, I'm always on my guard.
I'll say the paranoid person being more on their guard.
Well, then in that case, you should be able to handle whatever comes your way.
I'm curious as to what you mean by paradise, though.
Alright.
I'm curious as to what you mean by paradise, though, because my life, it's far and few between.
Well, just because it's not your paradise doesn't mean that it's not necessarily not the paradise for anyone else that you're with. Life could be considered to be paradise for some, suffering for others, but we're not here to talk philosophy.
Do you do other things other than tell fortunes? Like, maybe possibly locating?
I could locate an object if you wish. I just need to be fairly compensated for it right now. I mean, I'm currently set up at the festival to do fortune readings, but...
Can you possibly locate someone who made something for me?
It depends. Have I seen this person before?
No, but I have. I could change into them.
If you give me a visual representation, then that would be the most beneficial.
Okay. I'm gonna put my hood up, and I'm gonna change into Liam.
Okay. So I can determine if this person is in the nearby vicinity, but I cannot tell if they're, let's say, across the country. So the extent of my power only goes so far.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll do this for you for 40
100.
gold pieces.
Okay. 40 gold pieces. Sounds good.
Okay, so you see her reshuffle her cards and this time lay them out in a circular pattern as if she's preparing a spell. And in the middle of this circle of tarot cards, you see her pull a piece of bit of fur from her pouch and place it in the center, and places her hands on either side of the circle and concentrates on the image that you have put forth. And she concentrates for about 2 or 3 minutes before she looks up at you and says, "Sorry, I didn't see anything."
And how far range can you go?
About 1,000 feet. I told you, it's very, very limiting.
Okay. Cool, thanks.
Wish I could have been of more help.
You did pretty good.
Enjoy the festival. And she collects her tarot cards up again and starts advertising herself out to more and more people. During this time, what are Lapis and Shados doing during the morning?
Probably helping my parents in the bar.
Okay. And Shados?
Running around town.
Okay. So as you're
going on a walk.
as you're walking around town, you see Beltran off at one of the stalls buying a kebab of some kind from the tabaxi that you met earlier. Croissant butterbean. Croissant butterbean. And turns around towards you and goes, "Oh, Shados, the man that I was trying to find. Listen, we have a bit of an issue. So we have one of the we have a very prestigious guest coming to Weldstone to watch the sword duel, and I just got a genius idea in my mind. What if you paired up with somebody? I'll find someone for Valor to pair up with, but what about a 2-on-2 match to really show the crowd and this nobleman that's coming through that we mean business?"
Who is the nobleman?
Well, I got a note here, and he goes ahead and pulls out a note and reads it out loud and says, someone by the name of Xander Norwood?
Oh, no.
Is he a friend of yours?
Quite the opposite.
An enemy? A rival?
I'm going to kill him.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. What's... regardless, he's supposed to be here, scouting out some talent from our troop, alongside a friend of his. So
I'll show him some talent.
I'm sure you will.
Whips out
In the meantime, just put your whatever it is that you have against him aside, vengeance, attraction, whatever, and
Maiming.
see if someone in your little band of adventurers would be willing to do a fight alongside of you on the big stage.
Okay. Perhaps they will help me kill Xander too.
I don't know what it is that you have with him, but I'm sure whatever it is could be reconciled without needless murder.
I doubt it.
I'm going to go finish this kebab now, if that's okay.
Have a good day.
I really have to do background checks on my performers.
Yeah, you see him walking away and take out like a notepad from his back pocket, and you start to see him like scribble off like lines on it.
Wow. You're getting fired.
That's okay.
Maybe he's setting up hits. You just know that he'll go through with it.
So, at the end of the morning, Restrana and Codius, you have successfully forged the. Actually, I'll have you both make Smith's tools check for this.
What's the modifier? Is it int?
Yeah.
Or is it dex?
It'll be for Smith's tools.
I feel like Dex would make sense.
Yeah, because, like, actively.
We're gonna say it's a dex check. We'll say it's a dex check.
Check? You might want to give me advantage. I got a max.
I got a nat 20.
No, I was saying about the... Okay, yep, fine.
Bitch, whatever.
Are we just doing straight dexterity?
Yeah. So it's probably like 300,000 for you.
No, dex check is just 24.
Oh,
Oh, darn, just 20.
yeah,
24?
so just 24,000.
Alright, so I'll help you out then.
Yeah, so it...
No, like, if you got a nat 20, that's the... to offer the help action and to, like, offer advantage to one of us.
Mm.
Like, either we would both roll, or
one would roll.
I would
Oh.
offer you advantage, or you would offer me advantage. But you
Got
already
it.
rolled
so
a nat 20, so, like, fuck it.
It takes you the better part of the morning going into the afternoon, but you are able to fashion these very simple platinum rings. They look exquisite. They're not fancy or gaudy by any means. They're just simple platinum bands, but the craftsmanship is very uncanny. So, good job, guys, for making 2 platinum rings.
Ding.
As the morning bleeds into the afternoon, who was it that signed up for the fighting pit again? I don't.
Me and Restrana.
And there was one more because it was a 3-on-3.
I said that I was going to, I believe.
It was either you or Lapis.
I think it was Lapis.
Was it?
I'm pretty
It
sure it was
might have
Lapis.
been Lapis,
Let me
yeah.
dive back in my notes real quick because I want to get this.
Okay.
So in the afternoon, you see the 3 of you are each approached by a member of Shados' bardic troop to lead you to the fighting pit for the afternoon that you signed up for. You see off. It's more so off in the. Okay, so making your way past, you're escorted past the main square of Wealdstone into a more. It looks to be like a large park or garden of some kind that seems to be pretty well maintained. You walk. It's actually right outside of the Clank Tank, so you've seen this in passing. But they've set up what looks to be like a wrestling ring of sorts that's about 300 feet by 300 feet, so it's pretty big. And they lead you into the corner of this ring. And they go over the rules again, saying, no killing anybody, magic's allowed. Whatever it is that you want to do to defeat your opponent, you can do such. And they go ahead and set up for the fight. You see off in the corner, in the opposite corner, getting ready for a fight, are 3 other individuals. You see one of them is very familiar to you. It's Lila, the half-orc paladin. And you see 2 more figures that are unknown to you. Actually, no. One other, two of the figures, I'm sorry. 2 of the figures, you know. One of them is Lila, the half-orc paladin. The other one is the brass dragonborn that had accompanied Volrule into Wealdstone. She seems to have stayed behind. And the last one is, he looks to be anthrocanine a bit, not like fully human, but not fully beast either, like stuck in this like middle shape. I think we'll just end the session right there, and we'll get ready for the fight next session.
Norley.
Because I can see people are getting tired and fading out. So, but we will pick up with the 3-on-3 fight next session.
You could use weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Weapons
I thought.
and magic.
I remember.
No killing.
Only
damage.
Yeah, it'll be non-lethal damage.
What happens if I do decide to kill though?
Then
if I choose Neardir, what will happen?
I guess you'll find out next session. So until then, may the arcane guide you and the exalted ones light your path. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Dungeons, Divas, and Delinquents. If you would like to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, be sure to search for us. Special thanks to Randy Zimmerman for composing our theme song. You can find his music as Nothing Specific on Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever else you stream your music. We upload every other Monday, so be sure to give us a follow on iTunes or Spotify, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, think about giving us a good rating and leave a review, and tell us what you think. May the arcane guide you, and the exalted ones light your path.